Hello there everyone, it's TIJ. Welcome to the last episode of the Liverpool Beta 7 Foot Manager 2018. It's episode 19 today, and it's the last episode of the Beta set. Today, we are playing in the Europa League final against Galatasaray. Now, the reason we've got here is because we were knocked out of the Champions League early on in the season. We had a group of Victoria Plzen, Villarreal and Zenit, and we really underperformed. But after that, we've been brilliant in the Europa League. We whooped Sparta Praha 7-1 on aggregate. We beat Porto? That's a mix of FC and Porto. We beat Porto 10-4 on aggregate. We beat Atletico Madrid 7-4 on aggregate. This 4 thing's getting a bit of a repeat message. And then we beat Arsenal 3-2 on aggregate. So we get to the final against Galatasaray. And really, it'll be the first time we win the Europa League since 2001, I think that says there. So if we look at our history, we've won the Europa League 3 times, and if the stats are correct, the last time we won it was in 2001 against Deporto Alaves from the 3rd division of the... odd. And Galatasaray won it the year before us last, so it's going to be quite a shock to whoever wins, but the holders are Milan at the moment. So we're going to get straight into the game, and this is the tactics of the game. So Karius in goal, Klein, Orban, De Vries and Moreno at the back, Cater and Henderson in the middle, Mane and Coutinho on the wings, and Sturridge and Dembele up front. No introducing the squad, of course, because to be quite honest, if you've been watching the series for a while, you know exactly what these players are. And I'd just like to thank you all for the support. I was actually going to do a... I was going to show you a bit of a graphic in which I showed how many views we've got in this series and, you know, just how well it's done. But let me just guess that instead. We'll put it on TV view just for you folks, considering there's only one match today. But I would probably guess the first episode got nearly 1,000 views. That was absolutely fantastic. After that, we had a few on 200, a few on 100. So I'd say this series has brought me in at least 3,000 views. It's actually absolutely fantastic. And the support of you guys, the reason that all of us, not just me, the reason that all of us in the FM community do this. And as a new FM YouTuber, of course, it is a credit to be part of this community. And I'm really looking forward to starting properly on the proper game and getting to a mojo of a proper series. So thank you so much for all the views, likes, comments on this series. It is really appreciated. And I just want to give it back to you guys by either being humiliated here, something you'll probably enjoy, or absolutely whooping Galatasaray to give us a bigger trophy in the Carabao Cup, and maybe sort of like the Premier League, in which we debatably deserved, but just bottled it. But anyway, about 8.5 minutes in, Belhanda's got the ball, Fernando, Belhanda, and he puts to Mario Suarez. Oh god, it's a bit of a dramatic amount of affairs, but it looks like Galatasaray actually dominating this game. This game could go either way. It really could here. We're 12 minutes in now. And there's a few players I recognise. We've got Faguli, we've got Gomis, we've got Suarez as well, but not many. They've also got Fernando Muslera as well, of course. But yeah, this has been a really interesting competition, the Europa League. Obviously, we realised straight after we got knocked out of the Champions League we'd be in this competition. But you know, it's a competition that some clubs view as pointless. But to me, it's a trophy. Some people think it's a tin pot Champions League, a naff version of the Champions League. I don't think it is. You know, it's just predominantly really clubs get to this stage are either clubs that have worked really hard to get into the Europa League finals, which arguably can be just as hard as the Champions League, because the opposition amount might be, you know, just as good. For example, we're playing in it. Arsenal are playing it. Atletico Madrid, Ajax, Porto. It wasn't easy clubs that we came up against. It wasn't like... we played substandard clubs in every game. And Galatasaray, why the hell is there fireworks a week after one fire night? Oh dear. You can't win, can you, in this world? Yeah, but we've got one hand on the cup. Go out and make sure we can win it at full time. But, you know, at the end of the day, I genuinely think the Europa League is a good competition. And gives clubs, a bit like Bournemouth. If you didn't see in the previous video, they actually got to the semi-finals and won the FA Cup as well. Brilliant for Bournemouth, and finished 17th in the Premier League. So they get Europa League qualification for next year, which is fantastic. But at the end of the day, this competition isn't an easy one to win. It debatably, you know, we might be the best team in the competition, so we should win it. But we've shown before Liverpool have in real life that it's not the easiest competition to win, because we got to the final in 2015 and bottled it. Right, let's just pause this. So we need to take a few players off. We'll take Mane off for Salah. Hopefully we can finish this off, by the way, folks, now. But, you know... Oh, shut up. We'll bring Vermaelen on, obviously his last game before he retires. So, you know, only fitting to bring him on. And then we'll make that it for the moment. Hopefully we can finish this off in 90 minutes. If not, then you'll know about it. Because the video will be significantly longer than it probably should be. But here we go. Klein. Oh, bad pass out to Maicon. And Ed Eren, is that? No. Vermaelen gets it. A lovely ball to Dembele. Coutinho. Dembele. Puts through to Sturridge. Nothing quite coming of it. A lovely ball from the Galatasaray player up to Eren. Can we get that out? Vermaelen, lovely challenge. Still got it on his last game before retirement. A really nice... Oh, my God. A really nice thing to have been able to have done, if possible, before we got to the end of this series, would have been to play Torres. But Torres retired at the start of the season. That was cutting for me. But just for Torres, who scored 1 goal, it really put some magic back into FM. But at 72 minutes in now, I feel like Galatasaray might well get a goal back. The momentum's sort of with them at the moment. But it seems like a very balanced game in terms of highlights. And Keita, oh, the deal, we've lost the ball. Right, Coutinho. Keep the ball now. Dembele. Puts through to Sturridge. Back to Dembele. Not quite getting there, though. Coutinho. Henderson. Moreno puts it in. Oh, it's a bit of a scramble on the goal line. And Dembele, the best player of the season. The top goal scorer in the Premier League. 20 goals this season. Which most seasons actually wouldn't really be a Premier League top goal scorer amount. But it's just the case probably that this season there's been more goals spread across teams. Which I think is a good thing. I don't think it's good to have all your players one player to score all your goals. You know, Dembele scored 20 goals in the Premier League, but we scores of like 75 goals in the Premier League. So it's quite clear that a lot of our other players scored in the Premier League. But Sturridge has another shot, not quite happening. But it looks like we're going to win the Europa League. This is fantastic. What a season! It could have been better, of course. We could have won the Premier League, but it didn't happen. So from what our circumstances were to win the Carabao Cup and win the Europa League in 2 seasons of the beta. Is certainly not a mean feat at all. It's quite a good thing that we've done. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a few beta sales I've watched that they haven't quite done that. And someone did a Peterborough one on their stream and got sacked. Can't possibly think who that is, but if you are watching, Kev, massive privilege to have you along. But my computer's being very loud. That's a bit worrying. But they're now it's now 2-1, and I feel like the momentum's now with them. This is a bit of a worry. Fernando to Faguli. Karius gets it. Nice. This game is by no stretch of the imagination over. We've got 6 minutes left, and anything could happen. And as Murray Walker says in F1, he usually does. Sturridge, Dembele. Forward to Salah, doesn't really meet him though, and it's back to Muslera, who puts a lovely ball out, but goes back to our defence. Keita. Coutinho. Oh, he didn't really reach Coutinho there. Could have a chance now for Gulli. Has a shot, and it's nearly, so nearly 2-2. And this isn't going to be over till the fat lady sings, is it here? Oh dear, Evans got a chance, and it's not 2-2. Really sorry if you can hear my computer in the background. That needs cleaning out. That's very loud. But how have they missed that? How have they missed that opportunity? That is embarrassing. That's awful, but we should win 3-1 now. Dembele's up on goal, and oh, there's been a tackle. And a good tackle to prevent Dembele from scoring the goal. Galatasaray still in the game, and I'm getting very nervous now. I really hope there's not a late highlight in which Galatasaray win this, or draw this, but it looks like there's not going to be. Orban, come on, son. The final whistle's blown. Liverpool get their first Europa League win since 2001. It should show the presentation now of us winning the Europa League. There we go. Lovely. Some confetti. Some white confetti. I'd prefer red. But whatever. There's me. There's the chaps. All celebrating our second trophy of the season. Not quite the Premier League in the end. But at the end of the day, we won the Europa League. Fantastic feat. Something we couldn't do under Klopp against Sevilla a few years ago, of course. And this squad has been really good for me in the 2 years of the battle. I'm really sad to leave it behind, to be honest, to do Leipzig. But that's just the way it's going to be. Congratulations, that was a great result out there. I'm not going to necessarily continue this for YouTube purposes, but I think I will continue it at some point as a recreational save. But yeah, I bet they're really happy with the Europa League win. That's really positive. Big success for Liverpool fans. Kenny Dalglish has heaped praise among us, which is really fantastic. And yeah. You know, brilliant. We've had a lot of pressure on us this season, of course, but we have really, really made sure we've done okay. But the whole squad's on a high, and we'll just do this press conference really quickly. Of course, we've got Champions League qualification now, but I don't quite know how that'll work. I think Galatasaray get Champions League qualification now. I'll find out. That's how the Premier League ended, by the way. Arsenal champions, us second, Chelsea third, Tottenham fourth, and Man City losing out on the Champions League just by goal difference, and Bournemouth also qualifying the Europa League. West Ham, Villa, and Swansea going down. So in terms of competitions, then we won the Europa League, we won the Carabao Cup, we should have won the FA Cup, and we should have won the Premier League. So it should have been a much better season than it was. I'm not going to really do any sort of review. At the end of the day, it's only been a beta save, but Bournemouth have won the Europa League. No, steady on. Bournemouth have won the FA Cup. We've won the Europa League. Real Madrid won the La Liga. Nothing like Villarreal's win last season. Juventus retained their title in Italy, and in the Bundesliga, I believe Bayern won that league and took the top. Oh my lord! Look at that, 1 point separating the top three. That's quite immense. But we're going to quit to the start menu now. We'll save this and leave it as Europa League champions. We won't scar any of it. You can leave it at the exact point that I do, and if we decide to come back to it, we'll simply come back to this point. But I massively thank you all for watching this save. It's been the first save on FM18. It's been a brilliant save, 19 episodes. I know it's ran over to the beta, ran over from the beta. There wasn't much I could do about that, but now it's going to be full focus on the Leipzig save. At 4 PM, the Leipzig save is going to be every single day, and depending on how that goes, we could be moving to different clubs, and we could be starting different saves in the future. But there we go. The next save we are going to load then is the RB Leipzig save. If you haven't watched the first episode of that, by the way, I would definitely recommend it. It's been really good so far, but it's now Monday? Yeah, it's Monday, so I hope you enjoyed your Mondays. It's probably a bit miserable. I don't like Mondays myself. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your month, rest of your year, rest of your life. Bit weird. But I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching this first save on FM. It's been a good one. For once it's been a good one. I'm sure it'll go right scaling down. But anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you all very much for watching the first 19 parts of my FM18 adventure. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for part 4? Part 4 of the Leipzig save. Thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 PM. And you'll never walk alone. See you guys later. Goodbye.